Hey VIPs, I just finished editing my latest photo shoot. It is where I posed with three of my cameras, the D800, the D600, and the T4i. The photos were for the resource pages on my site. Now to take the photos, since I was taking photos with some of my cameras, I used the Nikon D300S with the 17 to 55 f2.8 lens. And for lighting, I used the two Linco single head fluorescent lights with the Morning Glory convertible softboxes. I used them in different configurations throughout the photo shoot. Sometimes I used both lights, sometimes I only used one, sometimes I used the one on me as a snoot, sometimes as a softbox. It just depends. I continue to really like these lights though, because they're so small and versatile, and I did the photo shoot in my bedroom, and I have that set up in just this tiny room that isn't really supposed to be a bedroom. So there's really just not a lot of extra room for big lights with big light stands. So these things really worked perfectly. So right now I'm going to take you through some of the photos, and I'll tell you a little bit about the shoot while you look at them. I used aperture priority on the D300S with the aperture set at f2.8 the whole time and the ISO set at 400. I used center weighted metering, but I dialed in a little bit of negative exposure compensation in some of the photos. So the idea in these is that you can see that I'm holding a camera. And some of them I knew that you wouldn't really be able to tell what type of camera it was, but I did try in some of them for you to be able to see what the camera was, or at least the brand. I wore a different outfit with each camera, but I kept them all in the same, t-shirt and panties look. I wanted to be, kind of casual and cute. And I went with the same look for hair and makeup, just pretty natural and light. Okay, these ones were just for fun. I knew I wasn't going to use them on the resource pages, but I couldn't resist when I saw an empty tripod hanging out. For editing, I was all over the place. I used all sorts of filters. I used some Nik Color Efex Pro filters, some aperture filters, some Snapseed within aperture. Seriously, I was all over the place. But, the name of the filter is in the file name on the website if you just right-click and save as with the photos. This shoot was a little challenging because I was concerned with a few different things. I was concerned with making sure that I looked okay, as a model, seeing as I wasn't wearing any pants. And I was also concerned with getting the camera in the light, but without the camera shadowing me too much. So, that's kind of a challenging situation that I was having to deal with. That's all, folks. Let me know if you have any questions.